So lucky. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to us younger brothers, and peace and blessing, salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners, all right, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures, through faith. Thank Yahweh Bashim Shai. And what I want to get into pretty much is just cover a pretty general topic. You know, you know what to do. And I say you know what to do. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. All right. We know what to do. If you've been around, you've been in the loop, you've been around the brothers, you've been listening to videos because pretty much, this setting, all right, is the setting of Yahweh Shai. So pretty much we've been hanging around Yahweh Shai for years, some longer than others, but for the most part, we've been hanging around Yahweh Shai for years because we're coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shai and we in the scriptures, you see? And with knowing that, we know what to do. All right, we got instructions on what to do, how to move. Now the thing is, each and every individual, has to apply, you know, uh, these instructions according to their situation. You know, but we have clear cut instructions on what to do. Now, as of late, I've seen, even a sister, I'm guessing they mandated, the juice of their job, and she had to make that decision, you know, and at the end of the day, each individual knows their situation. Like no one can answer what should you do and they doing this at the job. Now the clear cut instruction that we got is not to take it. Now if you got loopholes that you can take, or if you got certain things that you can do, that's your individual responsibility to know what you can and can't do, within your job field. You know, we don't know. All right, we not in that state. We not at that job. So you there every day. So it's on you to understand what you have to do. Within your situation. But we know at the end of the day, we do not take that. All right, and we know what's coming behind it. We don't take that neither. So we got clear instructions on what to do. Ain't no if, ands, or but when it comes to that. You see, so you sisters, you brothers and you few sisters, your financial situation, all these things, man, on how you should move. And at the end of the day, all right, when we face with no option and we have to make these decisions, yeah, how about Shema Shai gonna make a way, man? Any of you brothers or you sisters that have been forced, to resign, or been fired behind that, yeah, how about Shema Shai gonna make a way, man? Be wise, all right. Don't this ain't time to splurge and say the most high got me and you out here splurging. No, be wise, all right. You understanding that okay, my income, has decreased, all right. So my outcome, has to decrease as well. And it's a sacrifice, man. But it's temporal because we're finna come into all right, salvation, which is gonna be eternal, you know. While the brother from the Virginia Island, all right, straight gaze there, Proverbs 3 and 5, it says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lead not to thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Yeah, man. Acknowledge what the scriptures say. Acknowledge what the Spirit is saying to the churches, because you gotta think, you got all this wave of videos going out every day. All right. And the Lord knows what you need. All right. He knows you got something on your spirit, that's conflicting, and it's gonna be a video that's gonna address that, or you can read something that's gonna address that. That's you, all right, acknowledging Yahweh Bashim Shai through what? Taking heed to the instructions. Let's say the details gonna be different with each individual, but the instruction is the same, man. We know not to bow the knee to Baal, man, not to trust this man. All right. Be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. But we know not to trust this man at the end of the day. Now, even going to individual responsibility, what we're supposed to be doing, I'm going to get some accounts. All right? Because when you go into Saul, we brought this out on the line yesterday, but when you go into Saul, all right, and you understand Saul became very presumptuous. If a brother can put that definition, all right, on the chat, that word presumptuous. You see, matter of fact, let me see if I can find it in blue letter real quick. This is Psalms 19, and I want to say 13. Yep. This is Psalms 19 and 13. It says, "Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgressions." Yeah, because there are sins that we commit that we not even aware of. Within this system, within this setup, there are sins that we commit that we're not aware of, man. There's disobedience that we commit that we're not aware of within this society. But we don't want to be guilty of being presumptuous, all right, in sins. Now, you get that word presumptuous in the Hebrew, all right, and the word is Zadah, all right, Zadah. And when you go into it, it says arrogant, proud, all right. It says presumptuous, all right, to be proud, within your sins, to be arrogant with it, like a flamer. You see, that's presumptuous. Someone who knows what to do but does the exact opposite. All right, that's being presumptuous, man. When you have clear-cut instructions, but you do what you want to do, that's presumptuous. And Saul was a great example of this. So let's get this account of Saul. We're just going to read through. Now, this is the book of 1 Samuel 15:1. It says, "Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now, therefore, hearken unto the voice of the words of the Lord." So now Samuel is coming with the message and telling telling Saul to look, listen, all right, and obey these words that I'm about to tell you. These are the words of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Listen and obey. All right. So he's finna give Saul clear-cut instructions on what to do. All right. This is First Samuel 15:2. Said, "Thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did, all right, to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek," and Amalek is a chief tribe of Esau Edom. All right. When you go into it, all right, Amalek is a chief tribe of Esau Edom, and Amalek, they pretty much. You go into Exodus, there was a war, between Israel and Amalek. It was a battle, all right, and Amalek gave Israel hell trying to get to that promised land, and the Most High remembered that. So now he's finna exact vengeance on, all right, Amalek. So he's telling Saul to play, all right. He's telling him the strategy on what to do and how to execute the judgment. You see, he's finna give him clear-cut instructions on what to do. And it says, "Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have and spare them not, but slay both man and woman infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. Clear cut instructions. And Saul gathered the people together and numbered them in Telaim 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Judah. And Saul came to a city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley. And Saul said unto the Kenites, Go depart, get you down from the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. For ye showed kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites departed from among the Amalekites. So you telling the Kenites pretty much, look, y'all, hey, get out the way. We finna come through. All right, we finna get busy. Y'all was good to us, coming out of Egypt, going into the history. All right, so they were like, look, fall back, get away from amongst them. We finna go in. All right, so it says, and Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah unto the comest to Shur, that is over against Egypt. And he took Agag, the king of the Amaleks, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. But Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep and of the oxen and of the fatlings and of the lambs and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them, but everything that was vile and refused, that they destroyed utterly. So this man clearly disobeyed clear-cut instructions, man. He presumptuously he did what he wanted to do. All right, he seen something that he liked, even though he had the order to destroy it. He did what he wanted to do. He wanted to keep what he wanted. So now there's a consequence behind it. And see, that's what this society, pushes it pretty much. Do as thou wilt, obey your thirst, your truth, ain't my truth ain't your truth. See, this society deals with gray areas, and it bred people that deal with gray areas. You see? But the Most High, all right, gave clear-cut instructions to Saul what to do. And this man did exactly what he wanted to do, man. All right? So now, after he done did it, now watch, because remember, presumption went to proud and arrogant. Because see, you have some people that try to play humble, but they really be proud and arrogant on the low, and their actions show. And it's gonna go into it. It said, then came the word of the Lord unto Samuel, saying, it repented me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he is turned back from following me, and have not performed my commandments. And it grieved Samuel, and he cried unto the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah all night. So the Most High probably showed up, probably gave Samuel a vision, spoke to him in a vision, and let him know that Saul, went off, man. You see? Verse 12, it says, and when Samuel rose up early to meet Saul in the morning, and it was told Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he set him up a place, and is gone about, and passed on, and gone to Gilgal. And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him, Blessed be thou the Lord, Yahweh by Shema Shai. I have performed the commandment of the Lord. So this man was blatantly lying, man, because Samuel told him directly what to do, and he didn't do it. But then when he seen Samuel, he put on his front as if he had carried out the commandment. You see? Like I say, and amongst Israel, all this faking the flogging, all right, that Jake, and the women that know they Israelites, all this faking the flogging that's going on, it's gonna be called out. It's gonna manifest and gonna be judged, man. All right, cause Jake think they cute. You see, everybody think they cute, like they doing something big. The Spirit gonna reveal everything. All right, and then what's gonna happen? It's gonna be a judgment for it, man. Cause one thing about it, you can fool bodily eyes. All right, some of the time, man. What's that saying go? You can fool, all right, some of the people all the time, man. All right, but you can't fool all the people all the time, man. That's not gonna happen. And plus, it's a spirit of exposure that's working amongst, you know, in the earth, man. That's why Esau Edom is being so exposed. There's a spirit that's exposing this man, you know, and that's the spirit of truth, the spirit of prophecy, man. You see? Now when you keep going, but the first thing that man did when he seen Samuel, Saul told a lie. All right, and he was capping, man. Verse 14, and Samuel said, what meaneth then this bleating of the sheep in my ears and the lowing of oxen which I hear? So as he's trying to tell Saul, Saul is trying to tell Samuel, look, I cared that I did it. But in the background, Samuel is hearing the sheep and the oxen. So Saul's words are not linking up to his actions. You see, that's why I say you gotta judge people by their actions, man. The hell with what they're saying. Look at the actions. So what Samuel, all right, was hearing, all right, was the sheep and the oxen. But Saul is telling him, look, I carried out the commands of the Lord. His words was not lining up with actions, man. You see that? So let's keep reading. And it said, and Saul said, they have brought thee from the Amalekites. Now, listen to what he said. Now here it is, he's the king. That means he has the last say so on every decision that's being made. You see? But listen to what this nigga did, man. He says, and Saul said, they have bought thee from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah thy power, and the rest we have utterly destroyed. So now, all right, he's trying to save face. He was like, look, the people first, he's the king, but he's put it off on the people. That's a horrible leader, man. A man, anyone in general, but especially a man that can't hold up for their mistake. You know, hey, get as far away from that man as possible, man. Any man that tries to put any type of blame, all right, for something he did on anything else besides him, get away from that man. Because there are things that we do. Okay, yeah, you might have a point, you can blame somebody, but a lot of times we be having the last say so in particular situations, but then we'll bring up all these other culprits within the situation. No, end of the day, Saul had the last say so of what went on in that situation, man. But he put it on the people. And then he tried to say, yeah, we kept him because we want to sacrifice to the Lord. You see? He was just being a nigga, man, a two-faced nigga, man. You see? And it says, reading on, and it says, and Saul said, they have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto the Lord thy power, and the rest we have utterly destroyed. Then Samuel said unto Saul, stay, and I will tell thee what the Lord Yahweh have said to me this night. And he said unto him, say on. And Samuel said, when thou wast little in thy own sight, wast thou not made head of the tribes of Israel, and the Lord anointed thee king over Israel? All right, so now he's putting, Samuel is putting him back in memory. Because see, Jake get beside themselves, man. You know, people get beside themselves. So Most High was like, look, you gotta remember, you were just another guy in Israel. You know, that was my move to put you as king. All right. But what Jake do? Jake had got presumptuous and proud, man. And it says, and the Lord sent thee on a journey and said, go and utterly destroy the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they be consumed. Wherefore then didst thou not obey the voice of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, but didst fly upon the spoil and didst evil in the sight of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai? Because that man didn't keep them sheep to sacrifice, man. He didn't keep their livestock. He kept them for spoil, man. All right, because resources was wealth then. You know, it still is now, you know, but more so back then, livestock was directly linked to wealth. All right, that man wanted what he wanted. All right, and he tried to justify it as if he was doing the Lord a favor. You see? So reading on, it says, and Saul said unto Samuel, yeah, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord, and have gone the way which the Lord sent me, and have brought Agag the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. So this man still don't get it. This man is still saying that he obeyed the voice of Yahweh by Shema Shai, and you still got the king of Amalek alive. Now let's go to the direct. Let's go back to the top. You know, hey, cause some people, you know, be so delusional and trying to justify themselves. You will have to start recollecting, like, you have to start kind of recalling situations and making sure you ain't crazy, man. So let's go back to the top and see what was said, man. Cause this man is still saying that he obeyed the voice of Yahweh by Shema Shai, playing games. All right, basically this man is playing damn games, man. You see? And that's finna be called out. That energy amongst Israel, that's finna be called out. This game plan, you know, this is 1 Samuel 15:2. And it says, thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shah of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way, when he came up from Israel. Now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not. And spare them not. All right? But slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. Clear instructions, man. And this man is still saying that he obeyed the voice of the Lord. You get down here, Samuel is cussing his ass out. And listen to what this man says, man. And Saul said unto Samuel, yeah, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord, and have gone the way which the Lord sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. But the people, now he's finna put it back on the people that he's ruling over. These are the people that he's ruling over. And he's going to put the blame on the people. Anybody that you see that can't accept blame, stay far from them, man. Because if anything go down, you going to be in more trouble than them. You know, when they get through flipping and conjuring up their story, you going to be in more trouble than them. You see? All right? So, going back, it says, but the people, this is Saul speaking, but the people took of the spoil, sheep and oxen, the chief of things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai thy power in Gilgal. And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifice as in obeying the voice of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. And we, all right, have to obey what's written, man. You see? Most are not dealing with partiality, man. All right? You try and do a piece of what he said, man. No. All right? The things that we can do fully, we're supposed to be doing fully, man. You know? As men, we're supposed to be fully submitted to the will of Yahweh Bashem Shai. You know, and what he wants in the earth. And right now he's dealing heavily with teaching. You know, that's the thing that he's dealing with heavy in the earth is teaching, man. You know, us separating from this world, man. All right? Cutting things off if need be. You see? For women to submit under the men. All right? Not only when it's convenient for you or when it, you know, it works all in your favor. No, man, but in all things, man. And that's another thing I say. Everybody has to be fully persuaded in their own mind. Because, see, your decision making is benefiting you. Like, you're not, you know, no, you're not doing us a favor. You know? This is our decision making benefits us. All right? This is beneficial to us. We're not doing Yahweh Bashem Shai no favor. Saul had that energy like he was doing the Most High favor by leaving some sheep, you know, and some livestock alive, like he was doing the Most High favor. You know, why the Most High gonna be like good looking now? No, nigga, you disobeyed. All right, we doing ourselves a favor being obedient, man, because the judge was gonna the judge was gonna come down, all right, on disobedience, man. And it says, for rebellion is a sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is the iniquity, all right, and stubbornness is the iniquity of, and I so like, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is an iniquity of idolatry, because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai. He have also rejected thee from being king. And this falls on all of us today, man. You know, because before David became a king, what was he doing? He was being a keeper of the sheep. You know, that was his task, and he was obedient to that. You see? And like in this time, we have been tasked to be overseers of the sheep. We know what to do. All right? We know what to do, man. We got clear-cut instructions, man. And that rebellious spirit, all right, is heavy in the earth, man. It's a heavy spirit of rebellion against Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. So even let's go to this example with Cain and Abel. All right. Now this is Genesis 4:1. It says, and Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai, and she bare again, all right, and she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep. You see that? But Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought the first fruit of the ground and offering unto the Lord. He brought some fruit and vegetables, man. All right. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and the fat thereof. And the Lord Yahweh Shemal Shah had respect unto Abel and to his offering. Yeah, because he was obedient. Abel was obedient. Abel followed the instructions. Cain knew what to sacrifice. All right. He was the son of Adam. All right, so Adam had the breath of life, which is what? The understanding and the instructions. So Cain knew what to sacrifice. All right, how you think Abel, and Abel was the younger brother. All right, and it says, but unto Cain and to his offering he had no respect, and Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And see, if you bring a sacrifice of disobedience to the altar, that's gonna be rejected. If we bring a sacrifice of disobedience to the offer, all right, that's gonna be rejected, man. You know, doing what you want to do, justifying yourself and everything, that's gonna get the sacrifice rejected, man. And we don't want to, we don't want to be in that position, man. All right, and it says, so this is what the Most High tells. It said, if thou doest well, shall not thou be accepted? If you be obedient, nigga, wouldn't you be accepted? Okay. And if thou doest well, sin lie. If thou doest not well, sin lieth at thy door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Now, that's another lesson, when you go into that. But the main point is the Most High, like, look, all you had to do is do well. You would have been accepted, but it wasn't set up. But the point of the matter is how, Cain did what the hell he wanted to do, man. Saul did what the hell he wanted to do, and the instruction was laid out, man. And that's why Yahweh Shah said this. That's why Yahweh Shah said this, man. When you go to, for Jake, see, one thing about Jake, especially Jake love to play dumb like they don't know what's going on. So you sit there with that, that emoji like, you sit your dumb ass there with this emoji like you don't know what to do. Okay. All right. You play them games you want to, man. So, let's get St. John 15 and 22. And it says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned. But now they have no cloak for their sin. Yeah, Israel ain't got no cloak for their sin, man. Nobody does, man. All right. Even Esau, that's why he finna get punished like he's gonna get punished, because he has had access. He called himself the chosen people. He in the land. They swear in on the Bible. But he goes directly against the instructions. You see? Let's get that real quick and song. All right. So everybody know what to do, man. You ain't gonna be able to play, all right, that clueless game. Like you just lost. You don't know. No. You gonna be held full. Everybody, we all gonna be held full accountable, man. Fully accountable. All right? Women included. Because this society has taught women that they're above correction and accountability. But Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna hold everybody accountable in the times to come, man. You see? Now, when you go to Psalms 50 and 16, it says, but unto the wicked, this is Esau Edom, the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee. You see? Cain did that. He didn't like the instructions, all right, from Yahweh Shema Shai. Saul did that. He didn't like the instructions from Yahweh Shema Shai. He did what he wanted to do. The scribes and Pharisees, here it is, they was raised up, all right, in the scriptures, doctors of the law, but what was they doing? Being hypocrites and doing what they wanted to do. When they had the instruction. That's why Yahweh Shai would say, doesn't it say in your law? All right? Doesn't it say in this? All right? He was saying, Moses, whom you believe, spoke of me. So they had the instructions, but they wanted to do what they wanted to do, man. All right? And I end it here. I just want to bring this out, man, because like I say, man, that look gimmick and that look, I don't know what to do. That spirit there, that's finna, Most High finna address that, man. All this game playing, the Most High finna address that, man. You see? This is 2 Timothy 3 and 16. It says, all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine. You can't say, all right, that you didn't know the correct doctrine. When you have all these breakdowns, all right, correctly going in. The Apostle Aramlav just did a heavy breakdown, Revelation, the 12th chapter. He did one of Ezekiel that I have to watch a couple weeks ago. The apostles went in on breaking down the book of Daniel. You see, you can't sit here and say, I didn't know the doctrine. No, you can't say that. All right, that's been taken away. You got thousands, maybe tens of thousands of videos breaking it down the right way. And then it's all inspired by Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. For instruction in righteousness. We all have received the instructions in righteousness, man. All right, well, you hear a forbear, that's on you. You can play and try to manipulate and twist it and justify it, and you can take that little game, all right, into Jacob trouble you want to, man. All right, and we'll see. We'll see how it play out. All right, but that's the point. Lord will you brothers, you few sisters were, edified. I say for you brothers and you few sisters, man, that's making that sacrifice. May Yahweh Shema Shai be with you, cover your household. May you be blessed. For choosing Yahweh Shema Shai over this world, man. That's gonna be a big payoff. Stick with it. All right, stomach might growl a little bit, but you know what it's growling for, man. He ain't gonna leave us stranded. And hey, the whole body here, we here with each other, man. All right, but that game plan, that's finna be through. So Lord, you was edifying till next time I say shalom.